Stay black in America. Don't leave. Don't go anywhere. Greatest country in the world for a black man or a black woman. You know, we've been through a lot of struggle in America. We can just we'll take it back to 1864. We won't even mention slavery. We won't even mention uh, the horror and torment that a lot of people of African descent who came to America earlier went to. Let's take it back to 1964. There were already black people who fought in the Revolutionary War. There were already black people free, at least 5,000 to 6,000 during that particular time, or more in 1864. Lincoln emancipated the slaves, freed the slaves, emancipation, right? Had all this stuff going. I'm doing all this rambling, talking about, really want to talk about Tennessee, right? What just happened in Tennessee when these two young black lawmakers were expelled for being in a peaceful protest, and the way that the chairman of the thing spoke to them and how they kind of degraded them. I mean, just a sad kind of thing to go on. It's like you show your cards, you show your personality, you show what you really like when you're in a point of authority. When instead of displaying compassion, you display the hardest type of thing you can. Let's get rid of these two young, articulate black guys who holding these spots. We don't like these guys anyway. Let's just get rid of them. Forget the people who voted for them. We don't care about any of that. You're talking about a place like Tennessee, 70, I think 76% white, 16 or 17% black. Anyway, the demographics works out somewhere like it's 7.6 million and over 1.2 million black Americans living there. It's just a bad precedent to set. Nobody had really thought about Tennessee. It kind of went off the map. We know that Martin Luther King Jr. got assassinated there. We know a lot of things go in history, man, to make your history even worse. It's just a sad kind of thing. But the kind of thing that I would say about black people living in Tennessee right now is that don't get so, what can I say? Don't get yourself down. Don't get depressed. Don't get too disappointed, because these things are going to happen all the time. Not in Tennessee, some other place. Focus on what makes the black family strong. Marriage makes the black family strong, like a nuclear family. A strong knit. Get your community strong and knit together. You do that by marriages. You don't want the statistics to continue that 80% of black homes are run by black females and the males are not there. You want the females to choose wisely as well as the males choose wisely. The best thing to do is to abstain from sex, man. Not even get involved in the sex thing. Don't be having kids out of wedlock. Get closer to God. Like my whole YouTube channel, man, is about accepting Jesus Christ as your Lord and your Savior and repenting of your sins. That way you're going to heaven, man. You're not going to miss out on the kingdom. And we know a lot of people say, well, you want to talk about the kingdom when somebody dies. Well, what do you do when somebody's living? We're living now. We want heaven while we're living. Well, you know what? When you're living on this earth, you make money by solving problems. The more problems you solve, the more money you make. The bigger problems you solve, the more money you make. So if you're a lawyer and solving lawyer problems, making bigger money. If you're a store man like me, you're solving problems when people come buying things, you're making big money. If you're designing things, you're making big money. If you're an engineer, you're making money. A doctor, you're making money. There's a lot of professions where you can make more money than others. But any kind of profession with your hands, man, guys get back to becoming plumbers and carpenters and electricians and roofers and foundations, put cement floors in, wooden floors, and know how to hang doors and put windows in and lay carpet and go back to painting and all kinds of things. That, man, work with your hands to make money, because there's always, in landscaping, there's always things to make plenty of money in. But be a nuclear family. Get closer as a knit. Now, we know that this crime and this killing in schools is happening all over the United States. A lot of times, sick white people are the perpetrators of these crimes. So a lot of times, these crimes are happening on white people, and they don't want to change the laws, because they're the populous population of America, regardless of they hold a majority. In this country, they don't want to change. They want people just to die in schools. But what black people have to do is that your schools and your areas and your jurisdictions, what you can do is police those schools a little better. Self-policing. The schools, somebody can open a business there, a black security business that patrols the schools, that watch after the schools, that's independent from the actual public school system thing. If they want to do pro bono, and watch schools during school time and make sure nothing will happen, educate the kids on what to do and how to act, and have somebody do that. You do everything yourself, man. Just like when the boycott happened way back in the 60s, and people were giving other people rides so they wouldn't use mass transit. And pretty soon, mass transit now have black bus drivers, female black bus drivers, all kind of minorities that can squeeze in on jobs because of what black people did. What black America did. It's no different. Looking back the same way. You want to guard and protect your schools. How bad do you want to guard and protect your schools? How bad is somebody going to give their time? You got a long school year, all day school. Who's going to give the actual time to make it a deterrent? Because you make it a deterrent, then they're not going to come and do that, because most of those criminals don't want to get caught. Most criminals can dish it out, but they can't take it. People can dish out pain, but they can't take pain. Somebody can swing and hit you, but they don't want to get hit themselves. Somebody can stick you, but they don't want to get stuck themselves. So you know what? You got to use that to your advantage, man. The more security you have in those school systems in black areas, nobody's going to talk about it. Nobody's going to give you praise about it. But maybe you'll save hundreds of black lives, thousands of black lives by doing so. So let's get involved in that. Let's fund that in that school budget in that black area. So not only you put in there what it's costing to educate the children or the teacher's salary, put in a fund in there so you can hire independent security companies to watch over the schools. It don't have to be a part of the school budget, but let it be something put in the budget where you can subcontract. Because if it's a part of the school budget, then you have security people. Oh, I'm taking off. I'm not showing. I'm not coming. I'm not going to be there. But if a company is actually doing the job and getting paid, they're going to be more reliable than somebody that's hired by the city. Because then you're looking at favoritism on hiring. Who are you going to get? Instead of somebody bidding on the job and then doing the job correctly. So, that's what you're going to take to combat all this killing going on in these schools or these random things that happen from time to time. You got to stay on it, vigilant. You got to be 24/7 on the job, taking care of it, man, making sure that you're doing the right things, you're protecting the kids, that you stand up on technology, man, that you're doing everything right to make it a turn. So you can't have a little scapegoats where these guys come down because they're very concerned, and thousands of people march down there because they're worrying about people getting killed, and this lady's 5-year-old son survived, and all that type of stuff. Man, deter it. Get married, become stronger. Black families against like nuclear families, prior to I think the what was it, 70s or so, you had 80% of black 84% of black Americans were married, and then you got only 1 in 4 black women are gonna get married in their lifetime now. Things change in such a short period of time. So God be with you. Always pray and trust in your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and pray. And we know with faith without works is dead. So we got to pray, we got to apply faith, and we got to also work in efforts to make things better all the way around. So look, the more married couples, the stronger, the more fathers in the household, the better it's going to get. You can't just randomly get any guy, any woman. But I think 54% of black males in the United States are single with no children. So 46% have children and so forth. But you have a large majority of guys who make an average money that are single with no children. So if a woman sustains, holds herself back from sex, I guess it's hard. They get the same desires as men. And you got 32 different ways of contraceptives, so you won't get pregnant with these babies, even if you're having sex before marriage, which you really shouldn't have. You got such a chance to rebound so fast. America is always a great place of opportunity, the greatest country in the world, because you can come from nothing in here, you can jump up, man, real quick. And so black America has been in a bad situation now and jump up and be in a super situation 2 or 3 years from now. The whole thing never happened. So let's stay black in America. Subscribe to my channel, please. Leave comments. And people in Tennessee, man, hang in there. Keep trusting in God. Keep working hard. Keep trying to change laws. Keep protecting and loving one another. And let's switch this thing around. And now let's have marriage before sex and let's have honor and dignity and self-control and all those kind of things. Let those things be a part of your equation. Oh, and yes, you can have heaven now. You can work hard. You can save your money. You can buy yourself cars and homes and property and go on vacations and trips and all these things and prepare for the future. But it's better two. Two are better than one. So a man loving a woman and a woman loving a man and married in holy matrimony, you don't get no better than that, man. Because when Adam was in the Garden of Eden, God said he knew Adam was lonely, so he made Adam a helpmate. That woman was a helpmate for him, which was her primary thing of being created by God, was to be a helpmate for Adam. So let's not get out of that mood. Nobody wants a woman to be a slave, but if it fares better for you to be a helpmate for a male who loves you and you love him, and therefore you have a better life, let's do it that way and not have 1 out of 4 black women getting married and 80% of households run by black women and black women dying poor and dying hurt and dying alone, and then let's keep this vicious cycle just keep going on. Let's not have that happen. So let's let this horrible situation in Tennessee, work out to be a plus not only for the black people in Tennessee, but the black people in the entire nation of the United States of America. Look, stay black in America, subscribe to my channel, and give me your comments. Bye.